I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, what's good, party people? Party people, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's good to see y'all. Welcome to the Knicks Wanna Drive. I'm your man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? What's good? What's good? Sorry about missing yesterday. It was crazy, man. I messed around and laid across the bed with an achy back, and next thing you know, it's 11:30. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? I got a whole bunch of stuff I want to talk to y'all about, man. Whole bunch of stuff I want to talk to y'all about. I started some of this on the Knicks at Night podcast, but I want to talk to y'all, man. Okay, I want to talk to you about some stuff, right? The first thing I want to talk to y'all about is this. Why is this Julius Randle for MVP of the NBA not like the most talked about thing across the NBA, right? Why is this Julius Randle League MVP Julius Randle is not talked about more around the NBA? Raphael, why is this Julius Randle for MVP not talked about more? Right? Why is this thing not talked about more? More. Right? I don't want to talk to Knicks, a logical Knicks fan. I don't want to talk to a logical Knicks fan. Right now, I need to talk to a fanatic. Any fanatics out there? Any fanatics out there? Is there anybody, are there any of you out there that have more Knicks t-shirts than dress shirts? Are there any of you out there that have more Knicks hats than neckties? These are the people I want to talk to. Right? DSJ, we ain't upset. We ain't upset. We ain't upset, man. We just talking. So I want to find Knicks fanatics. I need somebody out there that would turn down a date with the finest woman on earth in order to go to a Game 7 NBA Finals New York Knicks game. And I don't know who the finest woman on earth is, right? I don't know. I think it's Miss Mexico. I think she won Miss Universe, right? You got to be fine if your name is Miss Universe, right? Okay? You got to be fine if your name is Miss Universe, right? I need to find the Knicks fans that will turn down a date with Miss Universe. You feel me? You with me? I need to find the fans that will turn down a date with Miss Universe in order to go to a Game 7 Knicks in the NBA Finals. Are any of y'all out there? Now, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. But that's what I need. I need some crazy. What's good, party people? What's good? I need hardcore Knicks fanatics right now. Because I'm about to say some stuff and y'all are going to think I'm off my rocker. And you know what? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm off my rocker. Okay? I need some fanatics. Okay? I need some hardcore Knicks fans. Because what I'm about to say to y'all might be borderline crazy. Warren Franklin said, I will, because I have no problem getting a pretty one. Right. Okay. All right. All right. This is what you call crazy right here. The reason why I need crazy is because what I'm about to say to you about Julius Randle for MVP. And I need some cosigns and some backup. I need cosigns and backup on this. Name your NBA MVP candidate right now. Name that person. Name that person. Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, whoever. Name them, whoever. Joel Embiid, whoever, right? And I'm about to tell you with a straight face, Julius Randle did more than that person. Jokic. Right? That's y'all guy. That's y'all guy. Y'all anointed him from day one. Day one of the season, y'all anointed him. Right? Day one of the season, we anointed Jokic as a front runner for the MVP. Right? Day one. I'm here to tell you. Yeah, Knicks, man. Yeah. Curry scored 30 points in 11 straight games or something. Yes, Curry. Pudge Knight said Julius Randle hadn't played in one playoff game yet. So what? What I got to do with anything? What does that have to do with the tea in China? We're talking about the league MVP. The league MVP is the league's most valuable player. The league's most valuable player. Right? Not the league's most talented player or the guy in the league that puts up the best stats. We're talking about the league's most valuable player. The league's most valuable player. And if we go by that prerequisite, then Julius Randle is the league MVP. No, Uncle Freezy, it's Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has Ben Simmons. No, Uncle Freezy, it's Jokic. Well, Jokic had Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon. No, Uncle Freezy, it's Giannis. Well, Giannis had Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. No, Uncle Freezy, it's Julius Randle. Well, Julius Randle had, Gotcha. Right. Don't tell me, don't start typing at me saying that, no, Uncle Freezy, Julius Randle had Alec Burks, because that sounds idiotic. No, Uncle Freezy, Julius Randle had Derrick Rose. No, Uncle Freezy, Julius Randle had RJ Barrett. I'm sorry, guys. But RJ Barrett is no Ben Simmons. RJ Barrett is no Jamal Murray. RJ Barrett is no Chris Middleton. In time, he may become that. In time, he may become that. But right now, he is not that. Okay? He is not that. RJ Barrett is no Michael Porter Jr., no Jamal Murray, no Aaron Gordon. RJ Barrett is on the come up, but he's not ready. RJ Barrett is not ready. Who else can you throw in the conversation? Dame Lillard? Dame Lillard has CJ McCollum. What about Anthony Davis? He has LeBron James. What about Paul George? He has Kawhi Leonard. So what about Julius Randle? He has Alec Burks, Derrick Rose, Reggie Bullock. The most valuable player means Winston Ellis was good. The most valuable player means the most valuable player. right? The Black Energy, the Black Prodigy, you almost made me laugh. The Black Prodigy almost made me laugh. The Black Prodigy almost made me laugh. You almost got me. You almost got me. I read it and was about to click the button. And then I was like, nah, I got you. Yeah, this is a troll. The Black Prodigy almost got me. Almost got me. Almost got me. The MVP means the most valuable player, right? Not the most popular player. People think during this time of year, they start looking at the most popular player and said, yeah, he's the MVP. No, the MVP does not mean most popular player. The most popular player is not it right now. Julius Randle is your most valuable player. Here's why. Reason number one, he did more with less. Like when they used to be like, we used to see the homies on the street and they used to say, hey, what's poppin' there, young fella? Ain't nothing. Just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Guess what Julius Randle did? Julius Randle made $1 out of 15 cents. That's enough. That right there is enough for him to be a league MVP. Julius Randle made $1 out of 15 cents. That's enough right there by itself. Here's your other thing. Why is Julius Randle the league MVP? Vegas picked your New York Knicks and mine too. They said, this Knicks team is trash. Look at their center position. Look at the point guard. They started Elfrid Payton when they could have traded for Chris Paul. They're starting Elfrid Payton when they could have traded for Dennis Schroeder. They're starting Elfrid Payton when they could have traded for Russell Westbrook. They're starting Elfrid Payton when they could have traded for John Wall. They're starting Elfrid Payton when they could have traded for Ricky Rubio. They're starting Elfrid Payton when they could have signed Jeff Teague. They're signing Elfrid Payton. They're starting Elfrid Payton when they could have went after DJ Augustine. And the list goes on and on. Knicks money. Knicks man, you almost got me. Knicks man, you almost got me. Y'all think that's funny? Stop making me laugh. I'm trying to be serious. Y'all, you almost got me. Talking about Julius has Theo Pinson. You almost got me. Stop playing. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. I'm up here trying to be serious and y'all trying to make people laugh. Knicks man, you almost got me. Y'all know I'm talking and reading comments at the same time. Y'all almost got me. You almost got me. Right? The Knicks started Elfrid Payton at point guard. Who did Joel Embiid have at point guard? Ben Simmons. Who did Denver have at point guard? Jamal Murray, Monty Morris. Who did Giannis have? Drew Holiday. Who did the Knicks have? Elfrid Payton. Karen Fung, guys, in the building. What's good? While the other MVP candidates started all-star level point guards, Julius Randle had a rotation of Elfrid Payton, at one point DSJ and Frank, Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickley, Alec Burks. What are we even doing here? What are we even doing? What are we even doing? Okay. We should be shamefaced to say that a MVP candidate had Elfrid Payton starting that shooting guard, fam. Elfrid Payton. And I ain't gonna sit up here and bash Elfrid Payton. This is not an Elfrid Payton conversation. This is not an Elfrid Payton conversation. This is a Julius Randle for the most valuable player of the league conversation. Right? And why not? Why not? We've been bashed long enough that somebody should at least come to the defense of the New York Knicks. And why not us? Why not us? You know? Here's another thing. Teams zoom, 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 up and down the floor, up and down the floor, up and down the floor, up and down the floor. Right? And their numbers show it. Teams zoom, 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 up and down the floor. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Not the Knicks. Not the Knicks. We were last in pace. And I know y'all gonna be like, well, what does that have to do with Julius Randle's numbers? What does that have to do with Julius Randle's numbers? Well, family, what that means is his numbers are not inflated. One could say that Julius Randle's numbers are deflated. What if Julius Randle played at average league pace instead of the slowest pace in the league? Would Julius Randle average 27, 14 rebounds, 8 assists? What would 27, 14, and 7 get Julius Randle? Guaranteed league MVP. Right? Guaranteed league MVP. 27, 14, and 8 gets him guaranteed league MVP. Right? But since he plays in the slowest pace, his numbers, he never gets a chance to inflate numbers. His numbers look common, and they are not common for a guy that faces double teams every game. Every game, Julius Randle's going to get double teamed, and you know it. You're going to double team Jokic and let Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and the Canadian kid. What's the Canadian kid? Jamal Murray. You double team Jokic, and they have Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray. I mean, not Murray now, but Murray did play this season with Jokic. Nowadays, if Julius Randle gets double teamed, you kicking out to Elfrid Payton, RJ Barrett, Reggie Bullock, Alec Burks, whatever. I ain't gonna lie to you. The personnel difference is the difference is striking and stark. Right? You double team Kawhi, Paul George is gonna eat. You double team LeBron, Anthony Davis is gonna eat. You double team what's the guy that chokes all the time in the Dame Lillard. If you double team Dame Lillard, CJ McCollum is going to eat. You double team Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, Seth Curry are going to eat. You double team Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday are going to eat. You double team Julius, and maybe some guy from the Knicks steps up. You heard me. If you double team Julius, maybe one guy on the Knicks steps up. Who it is, you don't know. But if you double team Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, Dante DiVincenzo, Pat Connaughton, all those guys are going to eat. Ed J says, why the negative talk today? I thought I was speaking positively. Ed Jr., I thought I was making a case for Randle. Am I not making a case for Julius Randle being a league MVP? Am I not making a case for Julius Randle being the most valuable player? Did I miss something? I'm not bashing the Knicks, but what I'm saying is the Knicks don't have a Tobias Harris, Chris Middleton on their team, on our team. If you double team Kawhi, we don't have a Paul George on our team. If you double team Jokic, we don't have a Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon on our team. You know? And if the tone sounds negative, that's not my intent. My intent is to highlight the exceptional play of Julius Randle this season. I thought the Julius Randle getting MVP votes was a layup. I thought it was a layup. Somebody in the chat tell me if Julius Randle deserves MVP consideration. Does Julius Randle deserve MVP consideration then?
Bam.
Yo, bam.
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 them. What up, Uncle Free?
What's good? What's good, fam?
Yo, what's the dilly? Listen, I ain't gonna go too crazy, man. I'm just gonna sit back and really enjoy it. I do want to see the team build off of AD. I do want to see the team build off of. I want to see a natural progression. Paying attention to what players understand. I saw it was important to saw how flat Charlotte was last night.
Yeah.
And how you see the Pacers was playing at a totally different level. I was like, man, I hope the Knicks realize you.
Hey, GI, I'm going back to college to start a new fraternity. Lambda.
And your listen, and your sister the Omega move.
What you about to come back as, Lamar?
No. AG, oh man. He come out gunning. He took the Uzi out.
AD come out with the
out. Came out spraying.
So I just want to. I want to see the team. I want to see the team come out with some fire. I don't know whose shots are gonna go in, man. Come on, man. If you play any ball, man.
Hey, GI, I tell you this much: we can't come out like we did in back in 2013 against Indiana. First game, they took our heart, and then after that, that was it.
Right. Yeah, well, and I'm glad you said that, Kat, because the playoffs becomes a thing of matchups. Right. There's some matchups that during the regular season, but for whatever reason, in the playoffs, it gets very intentional. So let's see what happens. I hope there's no matchup that they find game one that truly exploits us, man. And for them, it would be something with the pick and roll that really slows the game down, and Trae Young's able to sit off a pick.
Look,
and
man,
just watch everything happen in front of him. So we'll see. So that is my fear, but
here's the thing, man. If Tibbs really wants to win this series, he's got to unleash the Frenchman. He's got to. He's got to. He's got to. He's got to.
Hold on.
He's got to. We've seen the film. We've seen the film. Have we seen the film? Have we seen the film?
No, but
Frank is on him.
Hold on, Kev. But hold on, Kev. You came out talking about, going back to that Indiana Pacers situation, game one. Yeah. And if you remember correctly, all Knicks fans remember correctly, they lost that series in game one. Why? Because Woody started tinkering.
Yeah.
You understand? Woody started tinkering. Frank is, at this point in time, a specialist.
Yeah, but honestly, I disagree a little bit.
He's not an integral part of the team.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. For this series, he's going to have to be. He's going to have to be. And to your point about 13, you know why we lost that series? Because J.R. Smith went out partying that night.
No.
Kev. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yes, he did.
No, we lost that series because if you remember, no, and I'm not trying to ride you. Pause. But remember, we won 14 straight regular season games. Then we won 3 straight against Boston. Then we lost 2. Then we finished them after almost sabotaging.
Right. And why did we lose?
The lineup that got us through all that success was the 3-guard lineup with Prigioni. He decides to go big to match their bigs and slow-footed Roy Hibbert and throw Kenyon Martin in the starting lineup that first game one, and we never could recover the mojo that we had.
I'm gonna have to look at that again. I'm gonna look at that again.
Trust me. Woody, I would have never brought Woody back to this organization. That's something totally different that we're not talking about. That.
Okay.
Woody cost us that playoff series.
See, you say
Game
Woody.
one.
You say Woody. I say JR because we were supposed to sweep the Celtics. We were supposed to sweep the Celtics, and then what happened? He elbows Jason is it Jason Terry? Was it Jason Terry at the time that was playing for the Celtics?
Did you look at his coaching? I'm talking about his coaching and his strategizing. His coaching and his strategizing in that series from game one cost us that series.
I'm gonna look at that again. I think the only thing I would say for Woody is probably
but Star Child, what they got to do? Star Child, what does that have to do with Frank? You mentioned Frank.
Wait a minute. You know what, Freeze? Hold up. Freeze, you're a phony. You are a phony.
Oh, man.
You are a phony. GI, he's a phony.
I'm throwing in the towel. He is
like throw the towel.
So since he's throwing the towel.
Man, we got to make you darker. If you're going to be like that from Rocky IV, man. Throw the towel.
Since he's throwing the towel, let me ask you a history question, Corner Stone.
No, you got to say now Cornerstone, A.K. Star Child.
Oh, Star Child.
No, he called you Corner Store.
Corner
Store.
Star Child, let me ask you a question, Star Child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always afraid of men that give themselves nicknames, though. Usually it's a natural progression, but that's okay. We'll discuss that later.
Make you go.
So, historically, can you name a player who was not key player to the regular season? Not due to injury. He was available. But the team didn't have a role for him in the regular season. But once the playoffs came, he became an integral part of the team and helped make it through the first round of play. Because right now we're going to keep it realistic. We'll just talk about the first round. If you could give me the player that did that in history, because Frank Ntilikina would be the first player in the history.
Nobody.
I got one.
I'll give you one.
Yeah.
After corner.
Okay. All right. The only one was when we played Toronto when they had Vince Carter. McGrady was off the team by then, but they had Vince Carter, and there was a point guard. We had our way with Toronto that year. The one guy that they had, he was a point guard and just shredded us. His name was Alvin Williams.
Get out of here. I knew you was going to say Alvin, number 20.
Alvin Williams. He was the only one that I'm like, what are you going to do with this kid? And they did, and we could do nothing.
I'll give you a better one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you a better one than that. And every Knicks fan's supposed to know this. 99, Marcus Camby. Marcus Camby was not an integral part of the regular season.
Sure,
and when it came to the playoffs,
because he was hurt a lot. Yeah,
he was hurt a lot though.
But he was hurt a lot, and he also wasn't in shape. And Van Gundy didn't trust him. Right. He also wasn't in physical shape. But when it came to the playoffs, all of a sudden Marcus Camby became one of the top 10, 12 players in the game.
Right.
But but Marcus Camby, Ntilikina was a high draft pick, but Marcus Camby had a decent career to that date.
Marcus Camby was the number 2 pick in the draft. Remember?
Yeah. So I hear you with the Camby, but Alvin Williams was a good response. That was a good response, Star Child. Good stuff. So you're saying
when I talk to you, I gotta try and come correct. I gotta try.
Your take is Frank Ntilikina is the 2021 Alvin Williams. Let's go, Freezy. Lock it in, baby.
No, I ain't like.
Okay, leave him on the bench then. Leave him on the bench then. Leave him there.
With all due respect. Leave him there. With all due respect, I am not locking in no Frank Ntilikina. Okay,
leave him there and let your boy, Mr. Elfrid Payton, do his thing, and we get behind 15 each game.
Breezy, can y'all do me a favor? Can they do me a favor? Because I heard a lot of LP hate, and I'm gonna shut up after this because or Star Child. No, because my point is going to be proven in statistics, not with my big mouth. So Star Child, you're in front of a PC, right? They pay you well over there. You look like you're sitting in some lush stuff.
I
So I think the pay, I think the pay is decent. It looks like a decent pay neighborhood. You know what I mean? I haven't been. But you got the fancy signs in your back. You in prime real estate. Right? So my question for you is
that picnic shirt, you better cut it out.
Listen, how has Elf Payton done against Trae Young? I'm telling you now, Elf Payton turns Trae Young into a plate of food. Elf Payton is sitting back saying, "Oh, they counting me out, but they don't realize this is the type of guard that I put on my back and carry all the way to the hole."
Okay.
Talk to me. Give me some numbers. Elf Payton versus Trae Young.
All I'm gonna say is this: New Edition had a song about this. You gotta count me out. Frank. Hey, I'm here to tell you.
Okay. Now see, GI. This is why I say, and AD. This is why I say he a phony. Now, AD, you have been constant about Frank. This dude over here, he will flip flop every time just to he'll throw those bombs, as they say. He'll throw those bombs. At least AD.
Who, me?
You. Yeah, you. At least with AD, he's consistent. He's consistent.
No, I'm in all seriousness, and everyone knows I didn't want Elfrid back on this team. None of that. But I once heard Michael Jackson say, God rest his dead, that Marlon was always on his left when he was in the Jackson 5.
Right.
And when Marlon left, or not Marlon, I'm sorry.
Jermaine.
When Jermaine left, it changed the dynamic, because when we see presentations, we don't know that someone in the back is counting down 5, 4, 3, the move to the left. You understand what I'm saying? It's something about continuity.
Yeah.
Elfrid, although not playing well right now, when Julius, who's the point guard on the team, you know what I'm saying? When he's out there, he notices certain things. A player's going to be here. You ever notice, like, when he sees Bullock, and he can tell when Bullock is running up.
Sure can.
And there'll be that effort pass, and he knows that RJ is going to flash the corner, and it's all when he's really cooking. And I'm not talking about when he's waiting too long to make the pass. I mean, like, when he's really cooking. So there's something to be said about continuity. Tibbs knows when Elfrid is not playing well. You're gonna pull up. Elfrid is not playing well the first 6, 7 minutes of the game. Boom.
Yep.
Out.
You're a fool.
Out. But it's something about about that continuity. Beginning of the game and even in the end of the game. We know who's gonna close the game. It's gonna be Rose, unless Rose is all of a sudden not having.
Right. Rosa Burks.
And that's why I made Elf Payton my son. So I could teach you Knoxers and Frankers and Obias how to respect the player, but understand that he's not getting it done. My son goes out and he gonna give you all he got. If it ain't his day, he find his place on the bench. He don't sulk. Yeah. He don't disrupt the locker room. He don't go to the press, the media. He just happy to be here, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And all he does is go out and start every game for the New York Knicks. That's all he did. That's all he did.
And Frank.
All right. Forget the Frank part. I'm done. I'm done.
No.
You're a phony. You're a phony. I can believe what GI and I can believe what AD said. You are a phony. You are a phony.
Because I knew you came in here.
A phony.
Hey, Cornerstone came in here. Starting trouble because he came in. He didn't even say hello. He didn't even come in singing P-Funk. He didn't even come in singing P-Funk. He gonna come in here and throw Frank on the table and that's gonna get him something.
Star Child here. This is Citizens of the Universe. Recorded angels. We have come to reclaim the partying on the mothership. I am the mothership connection. Doing it to you in 3D. Like, grooving. Well, all right. If you hear any noise, ain't nobody but me and the boys. Getting down. Hit it, fellas. If you hear any noise, it's just me and the boys.
It's ladies, man.
You gotta hit the back. All right. What y'all here? Put a glide in that stride and a dip in your hip and come on down to the mothership.
Yeah, there we go.
Doing a loose booty, doing a bump.
There we go.
Down over here. Because it ain't nothing but a party, y'all.
I need you to pause that loose booty, though. We ain't doing that.
It ain't the 70s no more. It ain't the 70s no more.
Home of the P-Funk.
Man. Now we on the right track. Now we on the right track.
Let me put on my sunglasses so I can see what they ain't looking at.
Shout out to my fraternity brother, Bootsy Collins, baby.
Bootsy Collins, yes. Whoa, baby.
Man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, you gotta wait. Don't frat, bro. Don't frat. Man, are everywhere, man. Hey, and they say those Sigmas infiltrate everything.
Well, I was watching an old concert. Remember when Sinbad used to do those concerts in Aruba?
Yeah.
Okay,
that was in the 90s. Yeah,
that was in the 90s, and they had George Clinton, the P-Funk All-Stars there. And the last set that they did was Atomic Dog, and you heard the the G-men out there. They was like, "Woof!"
That's their joint.
That's their joint, man.
They got a whole stroll. They got a whole special stroll they do to it. Shout out to Omega Sci-Fi. Shout out to the Q Dog.
Hey, Kev, so real quick before I get back on Frank, I'm gonna just say this real quick.
You don't have to get back on Frank. You talk about something else.
My boy throw a party, right? And he's like, yo, I'm gonna get my frat boys to come. I'm telling you, he's like, Uncle Freezy, I promise you, when they get here, they're gonna turn this party out. And I'm like, yeah, everybody say that about their guys. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say, because we used to throw parties, right? And then not no big parties. We'll have like 300 people. 400 people, like we'll rent out the library or something, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, have a party or whatever. Yeah. He's like, nah, I promise you. And I'm like, nah, man, I got the hottest DJ, you know what I'm saying? Not that he's my DJ, but I paid him, and trust me, he did not give me a discount. Trust me. So anyway, the party jumping, I'm like, hey man, where your boys at? I paid for them. Where he at? And he like, yo, they coming, man. The bus broke down. They coming. I'm like, bro, I gave you the money for these cats. They better be here. Yeah, they better, because you know Uncle Freezy, he protect himself. He do them contracts. Yeah. Like we don't do business like handshakes with people he don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So he like they coming, man. The bus broke down. The bus broke down on 95. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And no lie. And I think I might told this story before. The party jumping, right? And all the girls was like, oh, Uncle Freezy. Mo all mad. Mo mad. She like, them girls know you married. They know you married.
And they know you married. Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly, man.
So the DJ playing, and then all of a sudden, like these girls come busting in the door. They here. Right? Everybody, like the DJ playing, they waving their hands. The DJ like, what's going on? Like, they here. And the girl run to the DJ and slaps his hand. And he looks at his hand, it's a wad full of cash. And they put on this George Clinton song called Atomic Dog.
Atomic Dog.
Right? And I look at the door, and Atomic Dog is blaring. And these dudes in purple and gold come in the door, like doing this thing. And everybody, and you can see the crowd slowly splitting for them to get like in the middle of the floor, right?
Yeah.
And they playing Atomic Dog. I'm like, what is this? I like George Clinton, right? And I like Atomic Dog, but this ain't something that I was used to.
Right.
These dudes come in and they doing this stuff, and everybody lose their mind.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, over some college boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Hey, there was something about that song that just resonated with all these.
G.I. like, hey, watch it.
There was something about that dog.
But Kev, what I'm saying is they come in, and no lie, I thought it was like 70 of them. It wasn't. It was like 15 dudes.
Yeah.
And an old man in the back.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Old man had to be
There's something about that cut, man.
He had to be like 60. He coming in with the fella. He coming in. And they come in and they get on a side and they let him come down the middle. And he do this thing down the middle to Atomic Dog, and everybody just lose their mind, dog.
Yeah, man.
And the next day,
gold watches like AD having on? Did they have gold watches like AD having?
I can't remember. I
did not.
But the next day, not the next day, because next day, but Monday at work.
Yeah.
Monday at work, everybody like all the chicks stepping on my desk. Uncle Freezy be throwing the freshest parties. We doing this again next week, right? And I had to take me a Spam sandwich to work because I had to pay for so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, probably not, y'all. We probably won't do this for a while. I mean, we made some, you know how it is, whatever. But every time I hear somebody say Atomic Dog, that's what I think about. Because my homeboy CB is a Kappa. He like, man, you gonna let them come in here and your party, man, funk up the place, got the place smell like dogs and all kind of. And I'm like, dang, man, what? Yeah. This thing is serious, bro. This thing, but anyway, every time I hear Atomic Dog, I think about that. But on the Frank Ntilikina.
Here we go.
No.
What? All right.
You've
made your point.
In the immortal words of Hoodie Cav. Hoodie Cav would say it better than I would. Hoodie Cav would be like, "No!" to Elfrid. You ain't just going.
You're still a phony. You
ain't gonna showcase no Frank Ntilikina.
You still a phony. You still a phony.
How you gonna showcase?
But I could believe AD. I could believe JI. You're a phony. You are a phony.
For what?
You are because you be throwing those H bombs.
At Frank.
At Frank. At the only one that you don't do it for is Knox, but you'll find anything to get the Frank Hive.
Bro, going. Frank Ntilikina is a 6'4" Tree Islands.
But then we'll talk about Payton. You agreeing with with our brothers here, but you would talk the dog about him.
No, I do. Yeah, I don't like Elfrid Payton. Every time Elfrid Payton shoots a jump shot, a broken backboard gets his ring.
I agree, but you'll take him over Frank.
At this point, yeah. At this point, I
believe you.
What's your point? The point is why you rocking the boat? We went 41-31 with the proven formula. Now, why are we gonna rock the boat and start and give Frank all these minutes?
Exactly. Why are we gonna move him out of something than being a specialist?
I think Tibbs is going to use Frank somewhere somehow.
That's fine.
Yeah. That's
bro. This is somewhere over
the
rainbow.
See what I mean, AD? See what I mean?
This is somewhere over the rainbow, man.
He is a phony.
All I think about now is the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion. Every time I hear Frank Ntilikina getting more minutes in a more pressurized situation.
We're gonna have to. I mean, he's gonna have to guard these shooters that Atlanta has, man. He's gonna have to, They got some shooters.
Here's the thing, Kev.
Yes, AD. I'm gonna listen to you. I'm putting my hand up. I'm putting my hand up to block Freezy. I'm gonna listen to you.
Oh.
Yes, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that I want all of our Knicks fans to understand, especially the Frank Hive, because I understand they're large. They got nothing to do.
We large and in charge.
I understand. Even the best defensive player does not shut down an offensive juggernaut.
Right.
See what I'm saying? You may have a moment or two. They gave Iguodala MVP because they so-called claimed he stopped LeBron in that series, and LeBron averaged like 35, 10, 9, something crazy. And it's like, well, Iguodala is the MVP. Why? Because in a moment here or there, he was able to not even stop LeBron, but he bothered him. He became a fly. Mm-hmm. We're thinking way too much on this his defensive prowess. good defender, okay. Very good defender, okay. But that's just one side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? That's just one side of the ball, and we gotta like get out of this feeling like he's gonna come in and do something and just take it over and become an MVP and start playing outside of himself. Right. I would love it, but that can't be the fallback. That can't be a reason. That can't be a reason for us to go at Tibbs the next day. Should what's the name have a hot game? Because you know what? That dude come out the bed shooting.
Right.
From range.
From range.
Uncle Freezy, I'm not listening to you. I'm listening to AD. I ain't listening to you.
bro.
I agree. Yeah. I agree.
But the point that I was making is not I'm a Frank hater. I would say the same thing if it was Knox.
No, you are
or Jared Harper.
No, you are the emperor. You are the emperor. You are the emperor. Throwing those balls. You are the emperor.
Just so y'all know, because I was over here doing my research. I apologize for butting in. But on what day was this?
19.
I can't tell what game this is, but one of the games against the Hawks this year. Let's check this out. Payton played 29 points, was 6 for 18, 5 assists, 14 points. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you could expect from my son this season. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
I hope so. Right. I guess I guess what gives me concern is just his recent play. And Elfrid Payton, just his recent play. That's what's giving me concern.
6 for 18 is horrible. My boy LP struggled.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I just don't want us to be in a deficit by the time Rose comes in, because that's what was happening. We'd be in a little bit. Not when I mean deficit, I mean we'd be behind, 8 or 9 points, and then he'd come in. Him and Taj would come in, and then we'd get that. We'd catch up their lead.
Well, what you're gonna need then is you're gonna need a fast start from Randle and RJ.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the answer to not having a deficit is start Frank.
I never said start Frank. Now, see, that's where your problem is. I never said out of my mouth start Frank. I never said that. I never said that. I said that if you want to be real, I would have said Rose. But after listening to GI and AD, I'm willing to give game 1 and game 2 to Elf. Now, if he
I'm just trying to.
I want AD and GI to understand that if we're like 1-1 or 0-2 with Elf, we're gonna have a problem.
Julian Blum. Hey, Julian Blum, you in the chat. Julian Blum, please help me with. Julian Blum, please help me out of this. Primo, please help me out of this sticky situation. Because Kev just said, because no lie.
I didn't say, and I never
17 minutes ago, it was like Frank Ntilikina.
No, don't need to start. And I never said start either.
You said integral. I never said start. You said integral. So if Quickly and Rose is secure in their position, and Rose is logging the minutes he playing in the backup role, and you said integral for Frank Ntilikina, how would he get in that role, Cav? You gotta help us get there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All of them would steal minutes from
Kev. What I'm asking you is, what is Frank Ntilikina gonna do against the Atlanta Hawks to justify him getting an integral role in a playoff series?
Who is a better defender, Frank or Payton?
No.
You brought up the question. I'm going to go down the line. Who's a better defender, Frank or Elfrid?
I ain't gonna answer. It sounds.
I thought. That's what
you trying to get. Sound like you got me in the precinct.
That's what I thought.
Sound like you got me in the precinct, but I don't think.
Yeah,
go ahead. Here's what's most important about that question, Kev. Here's what's most important about that question.
Yes, sir. Who's a better shooter? Elfrid or Frank?
No. That shooting might help a little bit. Right now, you said defender. hold on, don't move the goalpost though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Defender. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
address the defender thing first,
yes,
okay?
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you suggesting that Frank Ntilikina, coming off the million screens that they're gonna run for Trae Young, can do enough to stop him? What's the difference between the two? 30 and 36?
Well, Frank is
what
a
are we
better.
talking?
Frank,
what are we
Frank,
talking about
Frank
here?
can move off them screens now. He can go through those screens. He's
So the
he's the one that can go off them screens.
But
And Josh, aka Uncle Fulio, bring your tail on the panel so so we can chop it up. Don't be in the chat and trying to hide. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, G. I apologize. Go right.
So Kev, what I'm saying is, what I'm asking is this. Yeah. I'm not asking baseline questions. I need in-depth questions to complicate. Well, I'm sorry, in-depth answers to complicated questions, because all the chat here is Frank. But what they don't, but what they want, what the chat wants is, what is Frank gonna do to Trae Young to justify him getting any minutes? Right?
We have seen,
because to say Frank is a good defender.
History has shown. You know what? Finish your point. Now I'm gonna get.
What I'm saying is this: if you tell me something like, what Frank will do is cut off driving and passing lanes and force Trae Young to his left and take 3-pointers going to his left or something like that, then I'd be like, okay, that's an interesting take. You know, that's an interesting thought. But to say that Frank is a better defender in a situation where a team is going to be playing team defense against Trae Young and the roll man is something different. You know what I'm saying? It's totally different. Because think about this. The Atlanta Hawks don't run iso ball, right? So they're not going to isolate. They're not going to isolate Frank versus Trae Young, right? So to say Frank is a better defender than Elfrid Payton doesn't do service to the questions that you were asking, right? So if it's and the other thing too, you said who is a better shooter? That's also something you need to break down, because Elf is a willing shooter who may not make all of his shots, versus Frank being a hesitant shooter that may hit more of his shots, right? So who would I rather have on the floor? A guy that's going to take the shot in confidence and miss some of them, or a guy that's going to be hesitant and not even be in the offense on certain possessions because he's a hesitant shooter? Okay. Right? And so Atlanta would. I'm sorry. Go ahead, AD.
No. I was saying, and he picks up his dribble too early. And when you pick up your dribble too early, you then make your offensive players have to then come to the ball. Offense, the sets get out of whack. Then the clock is running down. Then you get bad shots.
Right, and then you know what that does? That takes Trae Young's weakness and turns it into a strength. Trae Young's weakness is he is not a good defender. You put Frank on the floor and Frank pick up his dribble, all of a sudden, Trae Young is a good defender.
Okay, Jay Giant's helping me out here, right here. Jay Giant 10.
I'm just saying. So, you see what I'm saying? You notice I'm not picking on.
Okay, all right.
I'm not picking on Kev. I'm just saying.
I'll let you talk. Now
How you gonna let me talk?
Because I gotta read this thing off Jay. Hold on. Okay. Jay Giant says Frank has a history against Young. Go look at it. Stop disrespecting Frank, who has showed he can defend. I think you want to use the word defend.
That wasn't Uncle Freezy's position, though.
Guys, very well. Time. This is about defense, not offense. I'm reading you what Jay said. Jay Giant said.
He asking what you said. Jay Giant down in the chat, typing this away. God bless him.
Right, but Kev, what I'm saying, Cornerstone, what I'm saying is this: I'm not knocking Frank. I do like Frank. What I'm saying is to just put him in a situation without explaining why you put him in a situation is the reason why I have questions.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, cool. All right.
It's crazy. You see what I'm saying? Look, this argument needed to stop after training camp, because why? Payton beat him. Payton beat them all.
Yeah.
And took the point guard position.
Yeah.
And we say we trust this coach, and the coach saw that, you know what? Payton is giving me something that these other cats are not. Because even when he's having a bad game, to GI's point, he's not causing a problem. You're not hearing the agent. The agent have these all of a sudden coming out in the newspaper saying this or saying that. Head down. I'll go to the bench. I'll wait till the coach calls me back in. It's not like he hasn't had good games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not an Elfrid fan, but we gotta let this go. We gotta let if he missed 3 shots or has 2 turnovers in the game, the Frank Hive is gonna surround the building. Because I'm gonna let you
surround the building.
It's the Knicks' worst take. It's the fans' worst take all season that we can improve our point guard position with someone on this team. That someone on this team is holding back our point guard position. No, management didn't give us. We've been talking about it all season. Now all of a sudden, people want to start playing with buttons and making somebody that hasn't been able to do it in their career do it in the playoffs.
Do it in the playoffs. Do it in the playoffs. It's mind-boggling. Like you all of a sudden, like Knicks family, and I've said this like 1,000 times. The point guard is Julius Randle. He is the one who directs the offense.
The initiator.
Period.
Yeah.
He is the initiator. Period. Everyone else revolves around Julius.
Right.
What else are you looking for right now is to create something. You want to create something out of what? Out of who you think you like the best. But that speaks to you and your personal liking, and that's another story.
Right.
That's just mind-boggling to me. Right. You know what I mean? Get in where you fit in.
So bottom line, we're gonna put our trust in Elfrid Payton. Bottom line.
It's not Elfrid Payton who wins or loses this game. Stop it.
I apologize, G.I. My mind went off that. I was distracted. Bottom line is
your mind didn't go off. You said what was on the tip of your tongue.
What I'm saying is we are going to put our trust in this team all season. Let's not waver. I'm gonna go with that.
And dear God, if Frank has a good game up in here, Lord, you gonna come in here with what? With new hair growth on the top of your head?
Yes. Come in here with a fro hawk.
I'm gonna come with a fro. I'm gonna come with a fro. I'm gonna come with a hey, AD. I'm gonna come with a fro. I'm gonna come with a fro, but then the next day I'm gonna have it braided and have a headband.
Okay.
Lord have mercy.
Dr. Funkenstein.
I just don't know. We're not even worried about.
I'll be right
talking
back.
about our second year player. You know, Mr. RJ Barrett, and feeling like where's he going with this? Because I heard some stuff, and not to kill her, because I love her show. Steph on Nothing But Knicks or whatever, and she was really worried about where we going or with RJ just because he had a couple of bad games down the stretch and so forth. I'm like, whoa, yeah. This is a dude that even when he's not playing well, you can see that he wants it. You see what I'm saying? You can see that he needs it.
Right.
So, what I mean? Like, Knicks family, just calm down.
So
we all right.
Right. The thing is we forget about personality types when it comes to something new, right? Like we enter a new situation and we forget who we are and who others are, right? Here's the thing I'm gonna say about me and GI, right? So we get to a new place, right? And GI say something funny, I'm still gonna laugh. I'm Uncle Freezy. I ain't gonna change. GI say something funny, I'm gonna laugh, man. I mean, I can't help it. It's who I am. I'm not gonna change, right? And if GI say something that ain't him, I'm like, GI, what's going on, baby? What's happening? And GI, I know GI be like, yo, you know what? That was I was outside of myself. What was I thinking? Because I would do the same. You know what I'm saying? So this new moment, which to us is the playoffs, we can still be who we are in this moment. Right? We don't have to shift gears and start Frank Ntilikina. Why? RJ Barrett ain't gonna stop being aggressive. Why?
Facts.
Morocco Joe, what's good?
Hey, what's poppin', man? I just pulling in here in this conversation. First of all, why are we not in a good mood?
Hey, man, you better say hello, Joe. You better say hello to everybody. What's wrong with you? Coming up here, just getting right into it. Tell Ghetto Intellect hello, man.
Like this is house.
And I bet you Morocco Joe in the car. Joe, you in the car? Joe, you in the car? Did we lose Joe?
I think
y'all
we did.
Y'all can hear me?
We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Sorry, man, my shit bugging. Let me call back in. My service is bugging. I might click back in. All right.
Okay.
Yo.
Yeah, man.
No cursing when you come back, Morocco Joe.
Yeah, I'm talking to him about that.
Gotta clean that. Gotta clean it. Clean it. Keep it clean. That's what my man Ron Cleveland says. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Because them advertisers don't play, bro. You mess around and
they won't play.
You look at your video be having $0.00.
By the way, my son does drawings, and my wife tried to motivate him. She said, "Okay, we'll make you a YouTube channel." So he get a YouTube channel. He got like 20 followers, but he got like 7,000 views. All these artists be talking to him and stuff.
Right.
Don't you know YouTube are running ads on his page now?
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
That's dope.
Yeah, but he only got 7 followers, so his page not monetized. So YouTube hustling him.
Yeah, well, YouTube remind me of Steven from Django. You know what I'm saying? Not Django. Not Steven. What's Leonardo DiCaprio? dude from Candyland. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I forgot his character name.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, I forget his character's name. I know who you're talking about.
But everything is around money. That's YouTube. But so listen, Kev, what I was saying is like the thing you said about Frank. I'm not knocking Frank. It was like it's just what does that move bring to the table? Yeah, what is that? It's the same thing. Like for instance, I told y'all. Well, I didn't tell y'all, but last night on the Knicks at Night podcast, I said, y'all know I'm the Knicks optimist, and I'm Mr. Positive. Even through the storm, I'm Mr. Positive, right? But this Hawks team makes me nervous because I feel like if they find a weakness in our defense, they are going to exploit it. It's like, and like what I compare it to is, you ever got like a cut at the picnic, like you know what I'm saying, at the cookout or whatever, you got like a little scrape or something, you fell down and scraped your knee, and the gnats kept buzzing around it. You like, God, dog, these gnats, man, keep trying to, you know what I'm saying? That's what they like, man. They just go to it, and so. If the Hawks find, say for instance, if Nerlens Noel gets hurt, right, and we have to play Taj and Pelly. Well, Pelly is a different type defender than Nerlens Noel and Taj. Pelly is more physical, like he likes the contact, right? But what that does is it also gets him into foul trouble, right?
Yeah.
While Nerlens is less physical and is a shot chaser, Pell is more physical and a contact chaser.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So if the Hawks get Noel in trouble, in foul trouble, I think we might be in some serious trouble. Because I think they honestly, I think they're going to exploit Taj because they have a stretch four named John Collins that can shoot the three and dunk on you. You know what I'm saying? And Taj is good. Like if you shoot a three, Taj can defend you. If you try to dunk on him, Taj can defend you. But if you can do both, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Taj can do one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Taj is either the red pill or the blue pill, but he ain't gonna be both. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking Taj. I'm not knocking Taj, everybody. I'm not knocking Taj. What I'm saying is, you know, he is what
No,
he is.
you're on record giving Taj some smoke, but it's okay.
Oh well, I mean,
you're on record.
Bro.
You're on record this season. Yeah, I remember at one point you said we could have made moves at the break, and we brought in Taj Gibson. Gibson.
Yeah, Taj is a 35-year-old undersized center.
He gave us his heart, helped us get to the
played. But I did also say, and I guess it's me self-correcting or me growing as a Taj Gibson fan, that in years past when we had one year deal centers like Jason Smith, who used to get dunked on by everybody. When Jason Smith come in the game, somebody gonna dunk. You know what I'm saying? On Jason Smith, right? Or when we had Cole Aldridge, right? When we had Cole Aldridge, I knew Cole Aldridge was gonna tap the other team rebound into their basket and score for them. We knew this was gonna happen, right? We knew this was gonna happen, right? And so let me bring in my guy. Hey, what's up, Joe? Hey, I'm gonna ask you to watch the language, man, on the joint. If you can do so, man, that'd be fire. But what? Oh, no worries. What I'm saying is, I was talking about the Atlanta Hawks might find a way to exploit the Knicks' interior defense, right? And my concern is if they get their pick and roll going with Clint Capella, I think what may happen is they may exploit it and we may not have answers for it.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, what I wanted to say, but my phone was breaking up, is everybody need to take a nice big smell of these beautiful roses because we are 4 seed in the East. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just think about that for a second. There's no way we should be a 4 seed in the East right now. Just as clearly as you could think about it, there is no one that thought we'd be a 4 seed at the beginning of the season. There's nobody. Zero people thought. Zero. And you would have been laughed out the room if you said that we was going to be a 4 seed in the East before the season started. You'd have laughed at any show you was in.
Right.
But I chimed in really because y'all was talking about like Frank having a bigger role. And one of y'all hit the nail on the head, man. We got 41 wins with this crummy play from Elfrid Payton, man. We're going to have to stick with the same rotation. I mean, It just is what it is. It works. Somehow it works. I don't know how it works. We won 10 straight. I don't know how we did. You know what I'm saying? But it works. We gotta keep doing it. But one of the challenging things in the playoffs is, you know, especially from an offensive perspective, you're going to be running the same plays and same sets over and over again. And we ain't been in the playoffs in a while, but they're going to know what we're going to do. Like, it's not going to be any mystery at all. Like, so we have to just execute, man. So those 6 or 8 minutes that Elfrid is on the court, he's going to have to do everything he can to execute, man. Be that on offense and on defense. As long as we execute, then we're going to win in 5, I think. But we got to execute.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
I'm nervous, bro.
I'm glad we didn't get the Heat, man. The Heat would have. I think the Heat is a problem, like a real problem. So I'm just glad I'm glad we got the Hawks and not the Heat, man. That's for real.
Right. And let me finish up this point I was saying to Gi because he called me out on Taj. So the thing is with Taj is I grew during the season to like Taj. You know what I'm saying? Because in past years when, say for instance, Samuel Dellenbear was our center, the veterans 1-year vet center, we was like, yo, hurry up and get this dude out of town, please. Because all he cared about.
You know, Taj is cursing you out though. Just he understands you're cleaning it up. He understands where you're coming from. Right. But he's like, man, you compared me to Jason Smith, Michael Doliak, Samuel Dallenbear,
Kevin Seraphin.
You just assumed, Freezy, I was going to be one of those. But that's okay. I got you, buddy. I got you.
Yeah, but I didn't know because let me acknowledge this super chat. So Afro the Jedi says, shoot, I was laughed out for saying this would be Juju's breakout year. But hey, 4th seed, baby. Go Knicks, and I'm not worried about Atlanta. Knicks in 6. Oh my goodness!
I mean, it might be a sweep. I'm not just being a homer right now.
Oh God, leave it.
If they're not making their shots, you know how Atlanta plays. If they're not making their shots, they're gonna lose the game. So
I think they're soft mentally too.
I think they're soft mentally, I agree with you. If they don't make their shots, I just don't see them going 4 games in a row without getting hot. One of those.
But the difference is, like, we can miss our shots and still win a game. They can't.
Yeah,
If
I understand.
they lose the game. That's it.
I agree with you 100%. I'm just saying I don't see them going 4 games without Trae Young getting really hot. One of those 4 games.
Yeah, you're right. He gonna go off. I think he's gonna go off. He got to shine a little bit. It's his time. You know, he's young bull in the playoffs. He got some help around him. He should shine. But I don't know. The ticky-tack fouls, that's dead. I think that's dead. My bad for Kirk.
Oh, man, the Cats was getting hacked so hard last night, it wasn't even funny.
Yeah, man.
Some serious fouls last night.
Are dead. Those ticky-tack calls are dead in the playoffs. I'm happy with that.
Right. The Knicks, now see, that's when you're going to love Taj. Taj going to give out some fouls, Uncle Freeze.
Right,
He not going to the locker room at the end of the day with nothing left in the chamber, yo. He bringing them things.
Right.
Yo,
everybody getting bruises.
I don't mean to change the subject, but who y'all got tonight? That Lakers Warriors. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I got the Lakers. They're too big. I think
Steph Curry about to shoot the building out tonight. Steph Curry about to drop 60 piece.
Hey, I'm saying in a Steph Curry win or go home.
He's shooting the building out tonight. That's all I'm saying. I really feel like he's about to shoot the building out.
All I'm saying is, LeBron, you better not take this team too lightly.
My Steph will shoot like crazy, and we'll all get excited. The key to the game is Draymond Green. What will he do with LeBron? Will he disrupt LeBron, make him pick up his dribble? Because he really likes to make LeBron pick up his dribble. So let's see if he can disrupt the offense. If he can do that, that's going to be a real hard time because AD can't get his own shot. You know, he can't bring the ball up, and AD can't do that all day at an effective rate. So
yeah, you saw that against us. He's not a point forward. He is not. He needs someone to set him up, or he needs to post up. That's all he can do. He can't. I mean, it's crazy because he was a point guard in like recently in high school. But he is not a point forward. He can shoot and he can, back to the basket. He's nasty, but he can't create. He's not really a creator. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
He needs LeBron. He needs LeBron to make him better. He really does. And LeBron doesn't need to be 100%. That's why I still have faith in the Lakers. But AD has to be phenomenal. AD has to be phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. No question. No question at all. Totally agree with that one.
It's going to be a good one, though. I think it's going to be a barn burner. You hear me? It's going to be a good game tonight.
Yeah, man.
It's got the moxie to be. It's going to be a moxie. It's just a shame, Morocco Joe, that it's on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so late. It's going to be 2 a.m. for the game of 1:30.
Oh, my God,
yeah.
It's rough being 50, man.
Hey, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
50. How old are you, Morocco? How old are you?
I'm 34. I'll be in that bitch sleep, though.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like the Lakers versus the Knicks game.
Morocco, the algorithm. I'm sorry, bro.
Yo, Morocco Joe owe me $7.
I'll throw it to you later.
That's how much you cost them in AdSense. That's how much you cost them in AdSense today.
I've been counting too.
Hit me off. No, let me get off here before I keep cursing and mess y'all vibe up.
Hey man, it was good to see you though, boss. Hey, how everything go with the sickness?
Oh, I'm Gucci now, man. See, I got the mask. I'm ready.
Did you get vaccinated yet?
I already got it.
So I ain't gonna need to. Yeah, he don't need to.
Oh, someone didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. He got it. He shows that he can handle it. So he probably could go without getting vaccinated, but vaccination definitely still.
I'll be 100 with y'all. I didn't get a bad version of it. I don't know. It feels like there's multiple versions of it because the one I got was light, man. I just couldn't taste nothing. That's really it. So,
Right.
I had a little cough, but it wasn't nothing to be like scared about. Like I was fine. I was sicker probably 2 years ago. Way sicker.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm good though. I'm, breathe, still smoking them Newports. You know what I'm saying?
My homeboy said, "Hey, Uncle Freezy, Newports is a cure, man." I like, the cure. Boy, you better never say nothing that crazy.
It's that menthol and that fiberglass to get you right, bro.
Oh my goodness, nah, bro.
Too funny.
Yeah, man.
Yo, it's some other news. Y'all see the Joe Budden podcast broke up? Y'all mess with Joe Budden at all?
Yeah, I saw that, man.
Their whole show broke up. Man. They was making $1 million a month, and their whole show just broke up. $1 million a month. Imagine that much money. Oh my goodness.
Joe should be ashamed of himself. He really should.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
Because he turned into one of those industry suits that he didn't like. You can't say that they're equity partners and they don't have access to the books. I've never heard a moronic business statement in my life. You're my equity partner, but I'm going to cut the check and you just accept it in the bank and trust that everything is okay.
Their contract says they get a percentage of all of the gross that the profit or the show make. And you don't show them what the show make and what the expenses are. How does that work?
That's impossible. That's impossible. Even if you wanted to say, okay, the equity is after the expenses. So I pay the camera crew. I bought the camera.
We all have to pay that.
I'm turning my lights on. We filming in my basement, so you got to give me some utilities. I give you heat, right? So all of those costs come off the top, and then whatever's left we split. But you got to give them the accounting on that, man. You got to give them the accounting on what they splitting.
Yeah. Well, all of the expenses, from what I read and what I heard, all of the expenses were split the same way the profit was. So Joe got a bigger. And the other two got a smaller chunk, but they had to pay their same percent. Like they had to pay their chunks percentage to the expenses. So like they should be able to see it. If you paying for stuff, you got to be able to see what you paying for. You know?
Right. Absolutely. But it's always about the money. Once the money starts rolling in, and things starts looking good, all of a sudden, your best friends, your family, it turns.
Once Uncle Freezy hit 1 million subscribers, it's over for everybody.
Yeah, man.
No, Freezy ain't never going to change. No.
Freezy ain't I didn't like it. And Joe did something else corny I didn't like. He basically told Maul, you had no right siding with Rory, because me and you been boys since forever. That's none of your business how I deal with Rory. You down with me. You don't side with Rory. And it's just like it was reverse racism. It was absolute reverse racism. And racism anywhere is a threat to democracy everywhere. I'm sorry. Everywhere. And that was Joe destroyed his show. And listen, Charlemagne the God, he can be the biggest pain in the neck. But one thing he told Joe, he looked Joe in his face and said, "You're gonna mess this up. You mess up every good opportunity you get in life."
Yes. And you know what? He was right. Because ego is something, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Ego is not brain.
Yes,
ego is not brain. Ego drives itself.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it sure does.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if y'all know the great story or not, but ego drove the most beautiful and talented angel out of heaven, doomed to be the devil forever. Ego. You know what I'm saying? I want my throne to be higher than God.
Yeah.
What?
Higher than, absolutely.
What? Angel said, I want my throne to be higher than God.
Yeah.
Bro, you're an angel, bro. Yeah, you're an angel. But now your throne is lower than everybody forever. So anyway, I ain't gonna get into all of that stuff. Right?
No, that's what we need to get into, man. That's the real right there.
I ain't gonna, because CP the artist is in the chat, and next thing you know, he gonna try to get me.
We got to get Morocco Joe on Chop It Up.
Oh, Chop It Up. Hey, Morocco Joe, Chop It Up is gonna be the next Joe Budden podcast, bro. That's
let me know, man, what day and time. I'll be up.
I'm ready.
For Chop It Up yet. Freezy, what's good? You trying to keep the chaser out off the show? What's good with it, baby?
No. Chop it up. We do it every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I was gonna get the promo, but I gotta talk Knicks though first. You know, so I gotta talk to Knicks.
Right, but I thought it was under the Blanche Tears. So when I look under Blanche Tears, I was looking for it for Chop It Up, and I'm like, where is this? I can't find it.
It's a separate channel. I'm gonna put the link in the chat.
What day and time you do the Chop It Up? I'll join in. I ain't got nothing going.
Wednesdays at 7:00.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wednesdays at 7:00. And so
what's tonight?
What's today? Wednesday? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the title that I'm gonna do the thumbnail on is "Why That Girl Won't Shut Up and Listen to Me."
Oh God.
I'm ready for that.
That's the title.
Please, why do you want to attract smoke? Why do you want to attract smoke?
That's why I've been slow to appear on Chop It Up, man. Some of this stuff, boy.
Kev,
Me either.
Kev,
I'm just saying.
Right? Kev, you heard me right?
Yeah.
Why that girl won't shut up and listen to me? That's the title of the joint tonight.
Man, you will not.
But sometimes,
you will not.
In a relationship, you both need to shut up sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. With why, you know what I'm saying? Why my woman won't shut up? You know what I'm saying? She says why my man won't shut up sometimes. That's where it goes wrong, because sometimes we both too busy talking and not listening. You see what I'm saying?
But
AD, you giving it away. You giving it away, AD.
I'm gonna say
I'm coming on a night, gun smoking, baby.
Yeah. The reason why we have topics like that is so that we can discuss it in the way that you started to just now. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you this. The reason why women are like struggling these days in relationships, because I'm gonna be real with you, in my opinion. I think all of the divorce and stuff like that that's going on these days, like the high rate percentage and all of that, I think it's because of women, dog. Like, I know that sounds like, obviously I'm a dude, I'm not gonna blame myself, but man, they got too much freedom.
Joe, Joe, we gonna talk about these Knicks right now. But tonight at 7,
Morocco Joe taking them back to medieval times. They got So hold on a second, please. Let me get to my Uncle Ron. This is the captain speaking. Those thoughts are not the views of the Bronze Kids Morning Show. For all the ladies and breezies out there, that's totally.
I'm just kidding, bro.
We'll talk about that tonight on Chop It Up. I'm gonna tell you who you need to get. You need to inbox Anecdotes. You a boy, she'll run y'all. Why I need to shut up? She won't shut up for an hour.
Y'all ever seen Kevin Samuels talk? You know who Kevin Samuels is?
Yeah.
My guy.
Oh God.
Hey man, he be saying them facts, bro. He be saying them facts. Women so unhappy these days. It's their fault, man. It's their fault.
Yeah.
They want a dude that makes $200,000 a year and it's soft. You can't have both, man. Yeah. If I make it to $200K, I'm doing whatever I want to do. You heard me?
I hear you, Morocco. I hear you.
I want to get back on these Knicks though, because I ain't want to drive my Knicks fans away. Just real quick.
You said something yesterday. I mean, you said something on your podcast last night about the coach of the year.
Oh, it's how.
Well, here's the thing. Some people were saying that it should be Monty.
Right.
And my thing is, that Phoenix team had an all-star, a superstar, in Kevin Booker. Devin Booker, and a potential one in Aiden.
Right.
They just added probably one of the best point guards right now. I see G.I. looking at me. He's like, what were you about to say greatest and everything? No,
I'm good with people calling CP one of the greatest ever. I'm good.
Okay, all right. So in Chris Paul. So automatically that's going to boost your team.
I'll tell you this though.
One thing, Morocco. One thing. With us, we got a coach no nonsense that everyone bought, that every player bought into going into the season, and that got us to the 4th seed. So I would say that Thibodeau is more valuable to us than Monty Williams is to Phoenix. Would you go with that?
I definitely agree with that. One thing I'll say though is the dude from Utah deserves a look. I think his name is Snyder.
Yeah.
He deserves at least a mention, because with the roster that they have in Phoenix, a good coach is gonna do what they did. Like, they have good players, they have a lot of talent. But if you look at
you mean Utah?
Yeah, Utah. That's what he said. Utah. He said Utah.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the Suns. The Suns, adding Chris Paul was like, he's a winner, dude. Like, he's not gonna lose games like that.
Exactly. Here's the thing, Morocco. If the Suns would have done what they've done this year without CP, then you would have had an argument about Thibodeau and him. But because they have the CP element, I can't put him there, because every place that CP has gone,
he wins games.
Thank you.
And he's a coach on the floor. I thought the Atlanta coach.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. I thought the Atlanta coach really and truly deserved it, because he came in and took over a situation that was on fire, and he quelled it.
Coach.
Yeah, and he
just not enough games.
Not enough games.
But he came in and they were like 9 games under 500.
That's true.
And he turned that around. You know what I'm saying? He really turned that around.
They did have a really hard schedule to start and a really weak one on the back end, though. So
very weak. Very weak.
The weakest.
30 games. Very weak.
The weakest. So again, that's why I'm saying how our situation, right off the back, we had a difficult start. We had a difficult after the All-Star and a difficult last, 2 weeks. And we still came out, somewhat on, having success.
Absolutely.
We're the 4th seed. We are the 4th seed.
I just want to hear what Monty Williams has to say. If he wins it, fine. I just want to hear, though, what he has to say as it relates to coaching CP3.
Right.
Because Tibbs has been on a little media run the last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
He was on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Really?
And everywhere he goes, I've been watching his interviews, and he keeps talking about this event. And he keeps talking about after he got hired, how he called Julius Randle in.
Yep.
And how he could not believe the shape that this man was in the middle of a pandemic.
He was ready.
Right.
He was ready.
And he said to him, come back in this shape or better, and I'm going to turn you loose. And he proceeds to talk about how Julius's stats lead to winning. And he started to go into that empty stat conversation that we talk about. And I don't know how excited you guys get to hear NBA professionals saying the exact same things that we're saying on our own organically, that there are players out here who get empty stats and will never win a game in their life.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Or never win anything meaningful in their life.
They never win an important game.
But when you look at their stats, they'll be one of the best players statistically in the history of the NBA.
Right.
So to hear that Julius is a guy who gets stats and his stats equates to winning, and the proof is in the pudding because he has a B team around him compared to almost everybody else left in the playoffs. He has a B team, especially look at the top 8 teams in the NBA. Julius Randle has his team as one of the top. I'm going to take the top 4 in the East and the top 4 in the West and call them the top 8, period. You can argue with me on it. So what? And look at those 8 teams' rosters and look at the Knicks. Hell, look at the salary cap.
Right.
Every team gauges their team off a salary cap. You'd be lying if you say anything different. The Knicks are the 4th place seed and left $18+ million, which they chipped away, spent a little, gave Rose some money, gave this one some money. But at the end of the day, we started the season $18 million under the cap.
Come on.
Hey, let me build on that. Let me build on that cap point real quick. I think GM of the year is absolutely Leon Rose. Like, there's no question at all. Bringing in Derrick Rose, great idea. Like, the amount of money that we have still available, the picks we have still available, the moves we made, and the wins that we got this year, I think it's a no-brainer. Like, the GM and coach of the year should be in.
I want to let Kelly.
You mean Scott Perry? You mean Scott Perry then?
Is it?
No,
I don't know.
I see more so.
No, it would go to them as an organization.
Rosie,
executive, the executive of the year.
He's got to be the executive.
He's the president, ain't it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing for me is this.
Y'all understand what I'm saying, though. The front office.
I understand clearly what you're saying, but there's one problem that the NBA won't let him forget. And while he got past it, he's not going to get away drafting Obi over Halliburton. He's not.
Sure.
That's what I was gonna say. That Obi is Leon Rose's project. So when he drafts Obi, that means he didn't have that same belief on Randall. You know, he was like, it's the same way we always defend Frank, because Frank got drafted by a guy and then another guy comes in and he's not the they're not the main focus, because it's like that's not my draft pick.
Rose came in here looking to get rid of. He was coming in here looking to move Randall ASAP. Let's be real.
All right, but didn't Scott Perry work for the Pistons? So that he got a ring with the Pistons. So that's why probably Detroit. We always give Tom Thibodeau but I'm pretty sure Scott Perry made a call and they were like, you know what, Perry, give us DSJ, keep Rose.
And DSJ is trash. I'm just gonna throw that out. He's
DSJ's trash, but yeah. But Leon Rose, I don't know. I think another year, I'll see what he really does in this next free agency. I don't know.
You got to give him. No, I think you got to give it to Rose this year, not because of just what he did as an executive, but when you look around the league at what other GMs did, right? Like the Chicago Bulls GM traded for Vucevic and it made their team worse, and they gave up a lottery pick.
It's what you don't do. Sometimes it's what you don't. We didn't get Russell Westbrook. We didn't make.
I don't care about those moves
at the trade deadline. We didn't do those stupid things.
Right.
And I know that sounds crazy to give someone an award for not being stupid, but in New York, we've been stupid for so long. The front office.
But you're right, Morocco Joe. The best trades you make is the ones you don't make. So it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, you can still make marginal.
And watch the words, man. You keep throwing, you're a line stepper. Guess you keep cursing.
You still make marginal moves though.
Yeah, but here's the thing too, though, that people don't recognize. Scott Perry and Leon Rose identified the young players that they wanted to have on the roster, right? And the ones they didn't want on the roster, guess what? They gone. Right, and I'm talking about young players like Dennis Smith Jr. Ignaz. Hold on. Ignaz Brazdeikis is gone. Terrence Ferguson is gone. Right, all these young players, the ones that they didn't want, they have a young core of players that include Quickly, Obi, Knox, Frank, RJ, Mitch. So they're like, we can't run a daycare. Right, we can't run a daycare, so we're gonna identify the few young players that we want to keep. Everybody else is gone.
Even Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers, the guy they got in the Philly trade, the big center, he's gone. They cut him. They cut him and brought in Pelly. Right, Terrence Ferguson was an exact fit if you just go by profile. A 21-year-old super athletic wing player that can shoot the three. But guess what? He didn't fit the team profile. So he gone. Right? Mm-hmm. If you don't think the Knicks could have done with a 6'7" super athletic wing that can defend and shoot the three, you're wrong. But Terrence Ferguson didn't fit the profile. Right? They preferred Knox. And Knox is here and Ferguson
is gone. And for those that say that it's because Knox had one more year, bro. If they wanted to get rid of Knox, they would have got rid of Knox too, because they got rid of Austin Rivers, who had 3 more years.
Come on.
I think the Kenny Payne influence was the reason why Knox didn't go, because I feel like the way Calipari was talking about quickly was probably the same way they sold Knox to us. So when you sell Knox and you're like, wow, man, we really put the ceiling for Knox was KD. He was a light-skinned KD. That's what we thought we were getting.
Be honest. Don't forget.
Yeah. So, but again, it's a process. You could still develop this kid, because how old is he? Like 21? Can he buy a beer? Like can Knox buy a beer, Shaq?
He'll be 21, I think, in August.
He still can't buy a beer.
He still can't buy a beer. Oh wow.
Well, and so my point was the front office had a clear direction. The direction was go with Elf, right? Until this offseason. Get Elf off the book, go get somebody else, right?
Right.
Because
they didn't want to bring in a veteran that was going to disrupt the chemistry and development of RJ Barrett and Julius Randle.
Right.
Let RJ and Randle develop as 1 and 2 and see where that gets us with Tibbs pushing all the right buttons.
Right.
Facts.
That's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact. So yeah, so Tibbs should get Coach of the Year, and Leon should get Executive of the Year. Yeah.
Randle in the running from Most Improved.
Yeah.
Cornerstone, may I say your voice is very soothing for the morning. Like, I actually like your voice in the morning. Like, in the night, I don't want to hear you for some reason. At the night, but the morning, I don't know. There's something about your voice in the morning. It's very soothing.
You know why in the evening? You know why in the evening? Because Hoodie be getting my getting my juices going, man.
No, it's because he wear new shirts in the morning. At night, he have on them old Eagles Tour 1976 t-shirts.
It gives me
Parliament Funkadelic Funkadelic Atomic Dog Tour 1983 t-shirts.
Hey, what did the Ohio players say? I want to be free.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey,
salute, Cully.
Yeah, absolutely. So we also, I guess, agree that Randle should get Most Improved Player of the Year too, right?
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
That's in the bag already, I believe.
Yeah.
And Emmanuel quickly should be on the all-rookie team.
He's got to be.
Yeah,
he's got to be
first team too.
First team. Okay, how stupid are they looking with keeping RJ off both rookie teams? I mean, off the rookie teams last year. How stupid are they looking?
Hey, man.
That's going back to the conversation that Uncle Freezy brought up at the end of last night's show, that there's favoritism towards some players. Like, we just saw Ball like choke under pressure. LaMelo Ball.
But he'll win Rookie of the Year.
He will be in every commercial, and he will be on every. He's the head of that team, basically.
Say it, guys. That nepotism. Say it.
It's that nepotism. I'm telling you. The reason why Steph Curry, he's been doing commercials since he's like 3. So they're like Bitcoins. You already invested early. You might have just continue.
Hey, Gas, think about this. Think about this. This could be Curry's last game tonight, and his brother will still be playing.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna just say this real quick. I gotta wrap up early because I gotta jump on and do chop it up in like a few hours. So I'm gonna we'd be on for like 5 more minutes. Just want to give everybody opportunity to go ahead and talk that talk. Just real quick.
What time this stream starts? What time does morning drive start? Because you guys, I'm West Coast, so
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like 10 o'clock for you guys. It's 10 o'clock. It's 7 a.m. to me.
It's 10:38. So
I gotta be at 6 in the morning for when I move my car. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. So I try to do it at 8:45. It depends on because sometimes I get bumped back. Like for instance, sometimes content creators call me like first thing. Like I'll be talking to Hoodie Kev or City for Real or somebody. on it, and then it just pushed the show back some. But we target 8:45 a.m.
Oh, okay. That's wild early. Got you though.
Yeah.
Breakfast hours.
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot to put the link to chop it up in the chat. Let me.
Yeah, you Yeah, is it on the same Blaurange page?
Nah.
Or is it on a different?
Nah, it's on another one.
Nah,
it's under the Barrage network. It's under the network. But...
Nah, it's not. It's not. It's separate. It's a separate joint. I'm going to put it.
He's on his Joe Budden. He's on his Joe Budden executive mode.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Shout out to Raphael, man. God of Moses. Shout out to Raphael.
By the way, I didn't cut my hair. I just got my hair in a bunch, so I still got long hair. Don't try to say I just cut my hair. I just trying to look. I'm trying to look presentable.
Gotta have a reputation of looking nice for the females.
Yeah, nah, man, the women. I used to have dreadlocks and I took them off, but that's another conversation.
Okay, all right, cool.
That's why my hair is off.
Hey, I wish I could have dreadlocks.
It'd be funny seeing Jay-Z with dreads, though.
Oh, please.
I don't know about dreads, but some type.
I don't like that they trying to use him now as like the picture of like, it's like the army just legalized dreadlocks like what 2 years ago or a year ago, I believe the Supreme Court.
Wow.
Yeah, it was illegal, and not even all army people, only women, because they used to like you would get like some type of, I don't know how they call it, but so it's like for a billionaire to now be the face of like dreadlocks, it's like, dude, come on, give me a break. I don't like Jay-Z.
Kind of disrespect politics,
yeah. They're just trying to gentrify dreadlocks, but man. Sunday is so far away from today, man.
Yeah, I thought we were getting Saturday game. Not to cut you off, Knicks guys. I think because usually the playoffs always start on Saturday.
I thought we were going to get a Saturday.
That's cool.
Sunday.
That's cool.
That's fine. It gives Rose more, a little bit more rest and everything.
Mitchell Robinson. Because I'm gonna need Mitch to pull up, man. I need Mitch.
That's the next question. If and when he does come back, do we start him?
No.
No,
man.
No. You got to play his way in shape, man.
I don't even know if he can come back. I think I'd rather him at 100. That's just me.
Okay, so when he gets, I see what you're saying. When he,
wouldn't you like to see him on the playoff? Wouldn't you like to see?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
But now let me ask
points, the length, shot.
Yeah, let me ask. Absolutely. No, what I was going to say was when he does get into shape, as you say, Freeze. What happens to Taj Gibson?
Oh, he still gets his minutes. Oh, my fault. Go ahead, Freeze.
Taj Gibson, to me, becomes the third string center.
Not a backup behind Randle, no?
No.
Yeah, because I think Obi. I think right now I'm comfortable with Obi backing up Randle right now. Now, if you would have told me this in the middle of the season, I'd be like, nah, man. Yeah. Nah.
I can agree because I'm more confident in Obi than I was before.
Right.
Obi's such a good energy. Like, for him to be, I thought he was like a pretty boy, like and he's the opposite. He's like, he's humble. Like, like he's like the way he's just happy to be there. Obviously, he's a hometown kid. So, man, I just want to get some minutes. Last game, I didn't like how he was doing good for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Tips takes him off, and then they go on a 9-0 run. Yeah. I love Randle, but he was clustered when he came in.
You see Obi come in. You see him come in for Randle. He gives some decent minutes. I don't think you see him for a long time again. You don't see him for a while. I kind of hate that.
Right.
Yeah, and when things. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was gonna say one last question. I probably talked about this before. Is it I think we all agree that at the point guard position, the scouting report is out on Payton.
It has to be Payton, man.
It's out on him.
It has to be Payton. Well, it's like what Freeze said. Freeze, we had talked about this earlier. Freeze and AD said in GI, they talked about you can't change right now when you've been going with something for so long.
Right.
He's something in those words that they were saying, and that's where I agreed with. Because I was with you. I didn't want Payton starting anymore, but we've been going with this for so long. It got us the 4th seed, so we got to keep going with it.
I know he's starting. Yeah. I just want to know what's your opinion. Like, what do you think they do? You think he?
Now I think he'll get it right. Now that I do think will happen.
Shooting is a liability, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I guess it just depends. I guess it just depends on how his game is going, for that
Right.
particular game.
Right.
I guess that's how it's going. Because if he's going good, I don't think Tibbs is going to, take him out yet.
Right.
Right. He can still cause. I mean, he can still cause some problems. He's a big guard. I mean, he gets Trae Young on him. He could definitely put Trae Young in pressure. Attacking that basket.
My thing about Payton, like I believe that I'm like the Elfrid Payton apologist. So I already took that title. So with Payton, when we have three great guards, we have a guard that is Payton. He's physical. So the first quarter, he's going to get you tired. He's going to get you running. He's going to get you, even when he misses. Payton is the only one going and driving to the lane. Sometimes in the last game, in even the game that we went in overtime, we saw it. We had 10 minutes just trying to throw three-point shots. Quickly became Brickley. Quickly was just like throwing shots, missing, not giving pass turnovers all over the place. So when you have Elfrid's gonna play you defense. Then here comes Quickly, a guy that you was like, wow, we were just playing defense. Now we have to guard the 3-point shots because this guy's lethal. And then on top of that, you have a guy like Rose that now he really turns on the engine. Rose is like when you got that NOS, like that nitro on the car. Right. So it's different functions. It doesn't mean that one is different than the other. It doesn't mean that because one guy's going 25 miles per hour, the guy's wrong. No, at that time of the pace of the game, you need an Elfrid Payton that's gonna do defense. That's gonna let you guys know, because once you get blocked once, by the third quarter, you might, even though Payton is not playing, you're still thinking, man, last time I did that, somebody blocked me or somebody hit me very hard in the arm. So now I think about bringing it. So that's why Elfrid Payton has been the starter of our team. And he gets paid less money. So let's just wish him good luck.
Exactly. I think all of us, here and Knicks fans will support him because
we have to.
He's on our team. Yeah, he's on our team.
He's on our team.
What you what's a funny guy? What's a funny guy?
Well, CP just said,
how
you have an expensive mic and still sounds like Elfrid Payton?
Jeez.
So that's a funny one. That's a funny one.
Just shake your head, man. Just shake your head, like, all right, whatever.
Hey, Cornerstone. So I put the chop it up thing out there. I bet you CP the artist ain't gonna come around because topics like the one we're gonna talk about tonight. Is the ones that CP the artist is pretty scared of.
Pretty scared.
Like when it comes to why don't you shut up and listen to me? I'm right. So topics like that, I don't think. But anyway, I gotta wrap up here, y'all, man.
Okay, guys.
So I can get out of here.
No problem.
Salute.
Knicks Gas. I put the link in the chat, man. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn the notifications on. That way you will never have to guess.
Is it there right now? All right, so I'm gonna subscribe. Yo, shout outs to all of y'all. Go orange and blue.
Go orange and blue. Absolutely.
Let's get it.
Okay. All right.
Catch y'all later, bros.
Yep. Catch you later. Cool.
All right.